Alright, you guys know the snails that I hatched? Well, look here. Another clutch. So, and here's my other ones that I hatched out, if y'all can see them. Well, I also have little guppies in here, but these are my snails. And they were just the size of a pinhead when they hatched, pretty much. But they are growing, and I have quite a few of them. A couple of them have come out of the water. Now I have a 10-gallon aquarium. I'm gonna put these in for a little while till they get a little bit bigger, even the guppies. Check out my little guppies. There's all the little snails. Nothing fancy, just a little Rubbermaid bin. We don't want to just drop into the pond now because I have koi in here, and I have some pretty big goldfish in my basement aquarium, and they would probably get eaten. So we're going to let them grow out a little bit more. So in the meantime, I've got a little setup here that I hatched them with last time, and I guess I'll hatch another clutch. And I am going to have quite a few snails, so I may just list them if somebody wants to come get them. This is my way of hatching them, and I'll show you guys exactly how I hatch them. So I get a mason jar, and then I have a hydroponic cup here that you can, you know, put plants in and water and stuff. And I just tape it to the jar. And I'm also going to get a wet paper towel to put under here to set them on. And then this moisture will go up in here and keep them moist because you don't want these eggs to dry out. And then give it 2 to 4 weeks. No set day, I don't think. Or at least I just kind of watch them every day to see when they're about ready. Now I'm going to remove these. They should just kind of pop off. Now I think my snails do really good in here just because, you know, they're in a greenhouse. It's a real natural environment, so they lay lots of eggs for me. And basically they just kind of pop off. You'll see them. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Okay. I'm just going to stick them back here on my tray. That way they're out of the direct sun. And tuck them away there. Good morning, good late morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. So, down here at my greenhouse, just for a little bit. I've been up at the house for a while. I had a muscle spasm in my neck yesterday. Y'all probably saw previously on the video of yesterday. I was pretty much in my recliner all day yesterday, and I've been there this morning too, but I had to get out a little bit. I probably do need to stretch somewhat. Not a lot better, unfortunately, but maybe a little bit. So I'm going to have some hope and be a little positive. I thought I'd walk down here and check on my plants, see if they need any water. We're definitely not going to need any water out there today because we have had some lovely rains last night and this morning. So, which is great. God watered the garden and I don't have to. So that is a blessing in itself. But I'm going to check my plants and see what they need in here because obviously it didn't rain in here. And they need something every day at this point because it is super warm out. Forgot to show you guys a plant I got from my neighbor too over the weekend. It's a little carnivorous plant. Got to keep it nice and wet at all times. But yeah, it's really cool. So it's like my other pitcher plant over here, except for it's obviously shaped different and it catches insects down in this little thing. Alright, you guys, I've got my first bloom this year from my daylilies. My mom gave me these. I wasn't sure what color they were going to be because mine were yellow. But look at that. Is that not just beautiful? Well, I decided to venture out for a few more minutes. Needed to stretch a little bit and the rain stopped. So it's pretty humid out here though because we've had a good rain. We had a good rain this morning, so it's really made it feel very sticky. But we need to check the chickens and I'll check the garden too. you doing? What are you doing? I'm gonna put a little more straw down to cover up some of my weeds. Alright, I think I'm headed back in for a little bit, or at least I'm gonna go sit up by my greenhouse. I don't want to overdo it, but I got another good layer down on my tomatoes. Oh, look at here. My coneflowers have opened up. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. So I'm out running some errands this morning. I had to get my other glasses worked on, and I also am at the chiropractor fixing to go in, and it's pouring rain, which is good because I do not have to water my garden today, and I still have some neck issues going on, so I'm not sure what they're going to do when I go in here, but I don't think I'm going to let them like do anything too much because I still can't like move my neck real good to the sides. This one's a little better to the right a little bit, but to the left it's still got like a little hitch in it or something. I don't know. It's a little disappointing, but I'm praying it gets better, and maybe they can do something gently in here to loosen it up or something. So that's the plan. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, we have come out and realized the chickens are out. So we're gonna come out here and sit and eat cookies.
Oh, we're still doing that.
We're still doing that. Mercy.
Okay, so what needs to happen? Yep, head that way. Do we see all 5 or 6?
I don't know if they've been in the garden. Where's the rooster?
He's standing up there. Here she comes.
Who?
The 50, so they're all here. Easy, Seth.
Walk them over this way just a little bit. Maybe I should go around the backside.
Yes.
You think so?
No, stay here.
No?
Ease them in there, Seth.
Just walk real slow.
There they go. One goes up. Ease on up, Seth.
Now the rooster will go.
Get them in there.
What are y'all doing?
Good, you bunch of nutheads. Lord, there's poop out here everywhere.
They've probably been out here all day. Oh, mercy. Well, that was easy. I
Is that all of them?
didn't think so. I was actually in that door last night.
Now they're mad.
Yeah. Now they're wanting back out. Huh.
He's probably down there.
What was that noise? You hear that?
What's a carpenter be?
Oh, gosh. It's in that hole. Oh, good grief.
Poop, everything.
Is it really?
Yeah, look.
Oh, my goodness. There's a feather.
Yeah, they've been all in here.
Well, we're headed back to sit and eat cookies. It's been a long day, y'all. So I got back from the chiropractor, and they did a massage and then an ultrasound. It kind of puts blood flow back into your muscles, and so they said my muscles were all knotted up in my neck. Of course, I knew that because I'd had a muscle spasm on Monday. And this is the second like big one I've had this year. The last one was in January. And I've had other neck soreness and stuff, but nothing like these muscle spasms. It's just awful. Terrible. So anyways, I'm a little better today. And then I think the massage helped and the ultrasound for sure. And I pray that it continues to get better and I don't have these episodes. Cross it one bridge at a time.
We need a cookie.
We're gonna eat cookie. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is a beautiful spring morning. We've had a lot of rain in the last couple days, which has been wonderful. Haven't had to water the garden at all, which I'm quite thankful for because I haven't really felt good. My neck's been a mess and it's still not great, but I'm going to stay positive and hopefully it just doesn't get worse. So that'll make me happy. All right. Ooh, look, I walked through a spider web or something. All right, so my plan this morning is obviously to check on the greenhouse. I like to come here and look at everything. That's my first thing I do. If nothing else, it just gives me a little bit of peace. So I'm headed down to the garden because our tomatoes are obviously growing at a rapid rate, especially since we're having all this rain. And I need to bring some garden string down there and tie them up onto the cattle panel. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna be real easy swimming with my neck, so I'm gonna take my little stool down there. But I wanted to talk real quick about this carnivorous plant because I posted it on Facebook a few days ago, and I've had a lot of questions about this. People were totally in love with like all the pictures and everything on it. So you'll look at it first. So it's just loaded in pictures. I've had it since last year, and they're just everywhere. The pictures are literally all over it. Super cool. They're on the back side too. Look at it. It's just, it's got a lot. It's really cool. I've had some people ask about like care instructions for this thing. This is a carnivorous plant called Nepenthes, and it is fed through these little pitchers, which are actually an extension from the leaf. All the leaves will make one of those. Now they won't do that all the time. They kind of have to be in a perfect environment that they like in order to produce the pitchers. But they eat bugs, and that's how they get their nutrients. So I've had gnats and things like that in here, ants, and they'll crawl in there and they get trapped. There's like a real sticky substance and they can close up. It's pretty cool. But I will say, after having this plant, I could kind of tell you what mine likes and probably what a lot of them do. Now, when I first got it, I got it from my neighbor. He kind of had it in a shaded area. It did not have a lot of pictures on it. So I put it out here, and it's in the center of my greenhouse, which my greenhouse is like south facing, which makes a really good environment for sun to come in here, and then a shaded part back here. So it's kind of in the center. It really gets a lot of sun until probably after about 4 o'clock, and it's kind of shaded in here then. This plant right here is tropical. I live in zone 7A here in East Tennessee, so I would think if you didn't have a greenhouse, it might be pretty difficult to raise one of these year round. You could buy one in the springtime and probably have it through the summer and fall until it started getting pretty chilly temperatures below 60 degrees, 50 degrees. Probably anything lower than that would really not be good for this plant. And you would probably have to bring it inside somewhere, but I think the problem you would have bringing it inside is it wouldn't get enough sunlight, because this gets like direct sun from above. If you had a greenhouse, then it would be perfect. It would have to be heated during the winter. So this greenhouse has a pellet stove, so it stays pretty warm in here all winter long. So that's what I'm saying. If it went in the house, I don't think it would do real good, just because it wouldn't have enough sunlight and it wouldn't have the warmth and humidity that it does need. So this plant I water almost every day. I give it a good soaking. I'll drench it to where water is pouring through, and it's in sphagnum moss. So that would kind of be difficult to do inside the house. And I also water all of the pitchers and soak them as well, because they will dry out if you don't. Like, for instance, there's one right there that's kind of dried up, and I just cut them off whenever they get dried up like that. But generally they stay like this. I mean, these pitchers on here have been here for quite a while. It just keeps producing more. And it has grown a lot since last year. So the key things: probably needs a lot of sunlight, probably needs a warm environment year round with humidity, and to be able to water it quite a bit. You may be able to get it to survive indoors. It just may not produce like it does out here. So it's possible you could bring it inside during the wintertime if you had a really good sunny location, and then bring it back out as soon as the temperatures warm up enough in the springtime. So, and you may live in a warmer environment than I do. Like I said, I'm in zone 7A. So the further down you get, it'd probably be fine. Just thought I'd share that with you guys, and I'm headed down to the garden. Found them. So basically I'm just tying these up down here. Oh my. So y'all, we planted these tomatoes. They're probably about 3 to 4 feet apart. Maybe not quite 4. I thought that would be enough space, but I was wrong, especially with these cattle panels, because I'm kind of stuck in between these. So next year, I think I'm going to give them a lot of extra room. We're gonna do 6 feet. Just to be able to have a good row down through here. It'd be like Moses and the Red Sea, where God parted the Red Sea, but it'll be instead parting the green sea of tomatoes. So I might be taking a little detour later today to our local animal shelter. My son is wanting to get a little kitten for his girlfriend. So you saw maybe a couple videos back, we had a stray mama cat who had like 5 kittens. And one of them we were able to catch, and we weren't sure if there was something wrong with it because she's feral and you can't even get around her or the other kittens. But this one came out during a rainstorm. It was wet, cold, muddy. We brought it in, warmed it up, washed it, and then she ended up taking it to the vet because, for one, it needed to go, and 2, it was developing like an upper respiratory and got pretty sick. So when it got to the vet, unfortunately it passed away, and they said that it had leukemia really bad. So we've all been pretty sad over that. She was tore up over it, and so I think we're gonna go rescue one from the animal shelter. So if we go today and I can take you guys along, I will. And that is the plan later today. All right, so I've somewhat parted the green sea. Y'all have no idea how tall these things are. Last time I did a video, they were 7'9", and then my husband and I checked them probably 2 nights ago, and they were at 9 feet. I know they have to be taller than that. Look at. Okay, I'm gonna like put it down at the base and try to, because it just keeps bending. Oh, it's taller than that. 10 foot 4 inches. Wow. Holy cow.